Today we are going to address a critical issue. Why doesn't Goku care about food anymore in Dragon Ball Super? For most of the entire Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z history, Goku has been known to be the man who can eat. He's constantly eating. He can literally down an entire restaurant. That's literally what he did when he was still a kid. He ate every piece of food in the entire restaurant. So the question is, why doesn't he care about food anymore? Now, I find this very fascinating because in Dragon Ball Super, spoiler alert, there's been numerous cases where for Goku, he's complained about Beerus caring too much about food than Goku. Now, I noticed this immediately, and I was just like, this is kind of weird. This is not iconic Goku. Now, it's true. One thing I love about, the story is that, guess what? People change. Vegeta used to be quite the evil villain, but over the years, he softened up. He's even he got a child. And, Goku's gotten a little bit more hard-headed, especially with certain elements of Dragon Ball Super, where he was literally taught that he shouldn't have, he keeps giving mercy to villains, and then how that's a bad thing. Beerus literally tells him, you should have killed Frieza while you could. Look what happens while you don't. Now, honestly, I do think it's partly because the creator, Akira Toriyama, maybe he's decided to change certain values or lessons that he wants to impart on the viewer. Perhaps, for most of his life, he gave this lesson of mercy as the good guy, and we see this in many films and storylines. As the good guy, at the last second, when you could kill someone, you give mercy. I mean, you see this in Karate Kid. You see this in a ton of different animes and American stories. So the question is, what happened? Because if you've seen, Return of Frieza, Revival of Frieza, Goku is literally taught and told, hey, this is what happens if you don't kill. Evil people do horrible things. So, arguably, this gets a little controversial, but I think he's shifting towards a more realistic or, a different perspective or opinion on how the world works, and he's slowly letting that seep through Dragon Ball Super by pretty much saying, it's not always the best thing to keep people alive. So I feel like maybe he's this Akira Toriyama's pro-death penalty. Now, enough of that. Back to the point. So I really don't know exactly why Goku loves to eat now, and I'm guessing, sorry, I said loves to eat. He hates to eat. He doesn't hate or love to eat, but it's not highly emphasized like it has been for most of Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball. And Goku, not Vegeta, Goku has literally gone out of his way to complain about Beerus caring too much about food. He has literally complained to Beerus and said, Beerus, why are you so focused on a pizza when we could be training? Which Beerus responds, hey, if you don't back off, I'm going to destroy your planet. In fact, your planet's only alive now because of its famous culinary talent. Which, Goku responds, okay, don't do anything rash. Keep eating your pizza. So the point of this is that I don't really like this whole new dynamic shift. As far as that goes, I don't think it should have been played out like that. I don't think that iconic piece of Goku should have been changed. And there's no need for that. I mean, this was how many people identify Goku as. They identify him as the guy who eats a lot. He's known to be the eater. And he can literally down, many plates of food without any problem. and as I've said, bankrupt the entire restaurant. So in conclusion, don't really like it. I wish it wasn't the case, and I wish that didn't have to be done. I don't mind changes, but that was just kind of strange for me. And it just seems like such a small thing, but it's one of those things that's highly emphasized. Dragon Ball Z and that whole franchise has been acclaimed and loved and adored by many different people of many different cultures. I've seen African Americans, white people, all sorts of individuals who have loved Dragon Ball Z. I'm not Japanese, I'm Asian though, and I relate a lot to it because these were the only Asian superheroes available. And when I looked around one day and I realized how many people of all sorts of ethnicities, of all backgrounds, even newer generations of people who are discovering it again through YouTube, I am constantly amazed at how far it's come, how many people absolutely love it. And guess what? There's been tons of fan-made film parodies of it, and some of them are really darn good. Much better than that Hollywood attempt, Dragon Ball Evolution. I respect the fact that they attempted it, but it was completely butchered. It was done by people who were not actual fans of the manga and destroyed the plot. But I've seen a lot of fan-made stuff, and one of the things that's constantly highlighted is the fact that Goku loves to eat. So this whole new dynamic shift in Dragon Ball Super is, I don't like it. Now, guess what? No matter what happens, there's always going to be haters because guess what? When you're starting out, when you're a creator and you're Akira Toriyama or George Lucas, no one has their eyeballs on you. So you can do whatever you want. You can make mistakes. No one's critical of you. But when you have all these people, I guess no matter what, people are going to complain. So I'm still going to let him do his thing. And personally for me, there's certain things I don't like about DB Super. There's certain things I love. And I don't mind a lot of the stuff. Some of the stuff I wouldn't like. But as far as him eating, that one's just kind of like, it's not like a game breaker, but it's just like, did that really have to change though? So that's all I gotta say. I'll see you in my next video.